Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast of Denver Comic-Con. I am Ryan. To my right is...
James.
Sorry I sound like crap. I'm really sick.
Yeah, you are.
But hey, what are you going to do, right?
Not be sick?
know,
Stop being sick and start being awesome?
I know. The only way I sound better is through Tweaked Audio earbuds.
Oh, that's true.
If you log on to tweakedaudio.com, when you're done shopping with their wonderful earbuds, at the checkout, in the coupon, type in Real Nerds, REELNERDS, and you'll get a third off your whole order.
It's funny that you say that because, I'm listening to the show right now in Tweaked Audio earbuds, and I only know you're sick because
You can see me and I look
spent
like
all
shit.
day with you. Yeah. Like, truth is, you sound just wonderful in my ears.
Good.
Yeah.
My phlegm is coming through really well. If you've never listened to Real Nerds Podcast, thank you for listening to us for the first time.
Yeah.
Every week we go see a new movie. This week we saw Kick-Ass 2. We usually have another guy with us, Brad, but Brad is busy getting a rim job somewhere. I don't know what he's doing.
It's when you're not here, like, Brad and I plan out all this arbitrary shit of, like, what Ryan is doing. When Brad's not here, we're like, oh, I don't know. He's probably busy.
Yeah, he's probably busy. He's busy. He's, you know what? Maybe he just took the week off.
It's having fun. Yeah, he just didn't show up.
He just didn't show up.
I hope he's alive.
Yeah, fuck him.
I didn't text him to make sure.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't matter, really.
I guess we're not very good friends, are we?
Yeah, we're horrible friends.
Fuck.
But you know what? As long as he's not lying in a ditch somewhere, I guess we're all right.
Yeah, E.T. style.
Totally. Yeah. If you want to see what we do with the ET style, check out Pod Show Episode 2. Has he posted that yet?
I don't know.
You don't know?
if not, he's going to by now. I'm pretty sure it's on Vimeo, yeah.
It should be. I don't know. I always have a link to it on my phone because he sends me the final stuff.
Yeah.
So I never, look at our Vimeo page.
But I was also talking to somebody about it recently, and they were like, and I realized they hadn't seen it because it wasn't out yet. And I was like, oh, right. Like, that's still a thing that's not...
Not quite.
If not, you'll see it someday.
It'll be out. Our content's always free.
Yeah.
You'll be, and if you're like, how can I hear or listen to these guys? Well, maybe you're streaming us on Stitcher, or maybe you download us on iTunes, or maybe you are clicking on the player on our website, realnerdspodcast.com. So many ways. You can also tweet us at real_nerds. I had 2 tickets to Johnny Toe's Drug War last week, and Andy Cooler won 2 tickets to see it. And if you're interested in seeing the movie, it plays for 1 week at the Sea Film Center, August 16th through the 22nd.
Cool.
I think you should.
Time.
Because it's kind of a fun little, I don't know if fun's the right word, it's a cool Asian cop thriller.
That does sound cool. You talked about it last week, and it sounded really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Also, this Wednesday, me and James will be in attendance at Alamo Drafthouse with friend of the podcast, Jonathan Tiersten. He is showing his first movie, Sleepaway Camp, which is a classic slasher movie from 1983, like right at the peak of slasher movies.
I've never seen it, so
it's hard to find, actually, ironically.
Yeah. Well, not that ironically. I mean...
That's a wrong choice of words. It's hard to find because they don't print it very much.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's known so much for its crazy ending.
Right.
That you think it would have... I mean, it's a cult movie, but you think it would be on Blu-ray or Shout Factory would make it or something.
That is true. That there should be like a release for the fans and stuff of it. But at the same time, I know that like most people, because of that ending, are probably going to be a little bit turned off by it and be like, yeah, I don't want to watch
Oh, that's right. I spoiled the
now.
ending for you when I was interviewing Jonathan Tiersten.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. So when it gets to the end, I'll be like, oh!
Yeah, you should.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
But I was... we're teaming up with Jonathan just to help promote this. And I was reading what he's doing there, and he's doing a Q&A afterwards, and he's also going to perform some songs.
Dude,
and he's also doing games to win some 80 shorts. So...
I'm going to try my best then.
So hopefully we can win something. If not... If you're ever wondering how cool of a cat Jonathan Tiersten is and how the mind of an actor works, we have an interview with him. You can check it out on our website or at iTunes. It's called Real Interview, Jonathan Tiersten. And he is really honest with the process of acting and some people that make him mad when he was acting. And just normal BS.
People he had sex with when he was acting.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
I want to put him in a movie, but I think he's too expensive.
Yeah.
Also, I have one more thing that we're actually teaming up with,
Ooh.
James. I don't know if you know this, but September 27th through the 29th at the Sheridan Tech Center.
Okay.
Myths and Legend Con will be there.
Ooh, what is that?
I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's basically there's fandoms around all around the world. You know, whether it's Harry Potter or Firefly, stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a con where it's a bunch of panels and people can cosplay, and you go down to the Sheridan Tech Center September 27th, and I'll read their press release from the website.
Cool.
It's panels and discussions for each of the fandoms. They're really focusing on Harry Potter, Firefly, Pirates, I'm guessing Pirates of the Caribbean and that jazz, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, Doctor Who and My Little Pony, as well as board gaming, role-playing, and Magic card playing. There will be larger events such as a Yule Ball and Brown Coat Shindig in our main events room on Friday evening. That sounds like fun. I'd do that.
Brown Coat Shindig.
There will also be a room where you'll see there'll be a vendor room. They'll have a bunch of stuff you can get for the fandoms,
Sweet.
and there'll be performances. If you want to get tickets, log on to malcondenver.com. I'll spell it out because I sound horrible. It's malcondenver.com. And get tickets because, especially when we're nerds like us, it sounds like fun. And friends of the podcast, not literally, will be there performing as well.
Oh, very cool.
So
they're not bad.
They're not. Myths and Legends Con, and that's September 27th through 29th at the Sheridan Tech Center. And if you want to hear a little bit of the Not Literally, they are on our podcast as well.
Yeah.
I forget what episode it is, though.
I think...
Has Brad pulled that separately?
No. That hasn't been pulled out. So it's still in one of the early episodes. I think it's in the...
It's the very first one after Comic-Con.
Yeah. So if you go back to 2012, the episode right after Comic-Con... So the episode right after...
They did a great thing. Or you can check out Not Literally on their YouTube channel, Not Literally... YouTube.notliterally.
That's actually the best place to find out more about them.
They're really talented and they're really nice.
We also have some mostly unusable audio of us sitting around talking at Starfest, which we'll probably just use to blackmail them in the future.
It might see the light of day. Brad has to edit it though because it's like lots of just us talking.
It's just
really
us talking bullshit. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna save it, and then when they get inevitably really famous, then I'm gonna use it to get money out of them.
You have to, right?
Yeah, extortion is always the way to go.
So that's really it for fan mail. I just wanted to pimp out our boy Jonathan Tiersten. I'll be there. James will be there.
Yeah,
it'll be lots of fun. You get to see a movie at the Alamo. It's the first time actually I've seen a classic movie at Alamo besides Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because we went opening week.
So I think they have a specialty drink that night. I'm not sure. I think I read that on their little press release they had for it.
Cool.
And it's cool to see Jonathan. He sings really well, plays guitar really well, and he's doing all that stuff. And then the Myths and Legends Con, go check it out. It should be fun. We'll probably be there one day.
Yeah, we'll probably show up.
And, you can meet us and be like, oh, my gosh, those guys are so much cooler.
Swoon!
And you can be, and someone can tell me that I sound thinner on the show.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we really don't have any fan mail this week, except we got one phone call. And I'm going to change the order of the show because this phone call is dealing with real news.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with real news. And here's real news.
Oh, interesting. It's real news.
The phone call is actually from Brad. Go ahead and... Hey, Brad, you're not here, but I need you to push the button to play this phone message from you.
Hey, guys. It's your buddy Brad, just calling to say I hope you're having a good show this week. And sorry I'm not there for this one, but I imagine something is going to come up in the news this week about the Ninja Turtles, and I figured I'd provide my opinion so that it's almost like I am there. So I just want to say that since the date of the release of the next Ninja Turtles movie got pushed back yet again, I think my assumption that it might never come out is getting closer and closer to a reality. When they, change a release date from the prime summer slot of June and put it dumping ground of August, that's not a lot of confidence in a good film. So, unless they need more time to make it awesome, I don't know. But it's not looking good, and I'm looking more right. So, James, bite my balls. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
So Brad is still convinced that the Ninja Turtles movie is not coming out because they pushed it 2 months.
You know what's really funny? Brad's not here, so no, I wasn't going to talk about any fucking Ninja Turtles news. Like, what? Right? Come on. Yeah, I don't believe that the Ninja Turtle movie is not going to come out. And I think he's a little bit wrong, because August is not necessarily a dumping ground. August is more like this niche crowd month.
I agree.
That's where you put a movie like Elysium, where the summer movies are over, and you're looking to get, like, nerds out. You know, like, they tend to release a movie like that in
it actually makes
August.
sense. When I was looking why they moved it, it was sandwiched between The Good Dinosaur and another family movie. That,
I mean, it still has a pretty shitty spot because it's like the week after Guardians of the Galaxy. But who knows? You know, they have no idea how that movie's going to do. So, and it's Turtles. It's going to have enough money behind it, and it's going to get people out. I don't think they need to worry about that as much. But if they are going for a younger crowd, then it's smarter to
get away from the family stuff. I mean, I don't know if they're going for PG or PG-13. So
they got to be going. Nobody makes PG movies. Like the last PG movie was Pixar's Up, and everyone thought it was G. Like that, it's got to be PG-13. You know, why not?
Yeah. What else you got for news for me?
Thanks
for calling your own show, Brad.
Please let us know you're alive.
Yes.
I just want to hit this real quick because I love this show and I don't want to let it die. If you've never seen Terriers, the entire thing is on Netflix. Go watch this show.
Oh
the
my
whole
gosh,
first
you're
season
still
is
on
fantastic.
that. Fuck.
Yeah,
it was like
I am.
3 years ago. I'm reliving this conversation with you.
I don't give a shit. Donal Logue this week in an interview said that he thinks it's actually kind of realistic that they might either make a movie or bring a show back as part of... Because right now, it's a golden age for canceled TV shows right now. Like, if you had a show canceled that people really love, it's really easy to go to Netflix or go to Kickstarter or something like
now
that.
FX has its different station, FXX.
Yeah.
FXX.
Yeah, FXX.
So, they'll need shows.
Is that channel out yet?
No, I think It's Always Sunny debuts in September on it.
Oh, really?
So I think that's when it comes out.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
That's such a weird fucking thing.
I know. Why don't they call it the Comedy Channel or something?
Yeah, right? FXXX. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how fucking weird Vin Diesel is and how he can just, like, decide that movies should get made and they get made. And I mentioned that, you know, he'd been talking about how he was going to get into a Marvel movie, and that kind of scared me. And this week it got announced. And I am not scared anymore.
Is it actually announced, or is it just like...
No, this is real. Yeah. Full on, Vin Diesel is going to play Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, isn't he just voicing him? I mean, Groot's a big, tall tree, so...
And that's the difference, is if he were in the movie, I felt like it was going to... His persona was going to sort of draw attention in a way that I don't think that Guardians of the Galaxy needs. Like, I want that movie to stand on its own and not have, like, you know... somebody like that drawing away from the movie, because that's really not what Marvel does. But and people have been ragging on this. Like, I've seen article after article slash film, just really sort of being like, "Oh, fucking Vin Diesel can't talk good."
What does it matter?
But here's the thing: everybody forgets Vin Diesel was the Iron Giant.
Mm-hmm.
Vin Diesel's actually really good at VO. And especially in a case like this, where much like where he was in Iron Giant, he's like, "Oh, I'm Superman." Here, all he says is, "I am Groot." That's his whole fucking line. Maybe you'll have a little bit more, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that Groot just says, "I am Groot" all the time.
I cannot believe they're making a Guardian of the Galaxy movie.
Right?
There's literally a raccoon and a big, tall, talking tree.
Yep.
I cannot believe this movie is getting made. It's awesome that it's getting made, but at the same time, it's really unusual.
Let's save some Guardians of the Galaxy because we'll talk about it later in the show.
Cool.
Shit. At the same time, in that same episode, we were also talking about Bruce Willis, who has been a complete fucking dick lately in every interview he's in, and I don't understand why, but. He in another interview recently, he basically said that he is bored of action movies, and I'm kind of okay with that because I'm bored of him in action movies.
I know. Did you see his performance in G.I. Joe? It was boring.
Yeah, well, and it's not even just that I think he's boring in them. We said in that episode, I want him to do a sequel to The Kid. I want him to do, like, fun movies again.
Yeah.
Where he's not just playing Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
It's just...
He's almost become a character of himself.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's an archetype. Absolutely. D23 was last week, which is it's called D23 Expo because technically D23 is its own thing, but it's basically the convention that Disney built so that they could pull all of their stuff out of Comic-Con and then start holding their own convention. A lot of cool stuff happened there. I really like the way that news comes out of that. I think it's a lot cleaner than it is with Comic-Con.
I agree.
And one of the coolest things that came out of it was they had this whole Tomorrowland panel, which we haven't talked about Tomorrowland too much on here, but basically Damon Lindelof and Brad Bird have had this sort of secret project for a few years now called 1952 that nobody really knew what it was. It was very hush-hush, like J.J. Abrams hush-hush. And what we found out not too long ago was that it was called that because it was inspired by this box that they had found on the Disney property that had the label 1952 on it. And what it has in it is all these like lost blueprints and artifacts in the early days of Disney and the early days of like Disneyland, of all these plans for stuff they were going to do at the World's Fair and like alternate versions of things that they were doing in Disneyland and Disney World. And it's really just cool. I highly recommend. Peter Serretta wrote an article on Slash Film. Just go check it out and read the whole thing because it's absolutely fascinating, and it's like listening to writers talk about art, like actual archaeology. Like, you know, on stage they've got white gloves on and they're taking all this stuff out of this box, and it's like it's this precious stuff that they found in this basement, and it's just really cool to listen to the way that they talk about how the sort of imagination of Disney and how intelligent that guy was and how forward-thinking he was is really their inspiration for whatever the hell this movie is. It's more even, I think, even as like a Disney fan, not even about this movie, it's worth reading what they found in this box.
I agree.
It really makes you think about just how smart that guy was and how much crazy-ass shit could be going on at Disney World that we don't even know about.
I love that where the inspiration for Bird and Lindelof came from. You know?
Yeah.
Inspiration comes from the weirdest things.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really weird shit, like, you know, having secret tunnels and things like that no one can, you know, confirm or deny ever actually got built. You know, it's really cool mystery stuff like that.
At Disney World, they do have tunnels underneath.
Oh, yeah.
So the characters can move from area to area. So I heard you get fired if you're from Frontierland and you're in Tomorrowland.
Oh, really?
Because they don't want to break the illusion.
Ah. Well, and there's also like those tunnels are also used for all the people who work there to get in and out of work because it's not supposed to look like anyone is actually employed there, you know. All of that stuff is very...
well, you know, Disney is actually Disneyland and World is actually the second story or third story.
Yeah.
It's built above stuff. So pretty interesting.
You didn't see the trailer for Mob City, did you?
Did not.
It's really cool. It's got Simon Pegg and the guy who plays Shane in Walking Dead.
Barenthal.
Yeah. And it's created by Frank Darabont, and it seems like it's going to be a mini-series on AMC, just about, like, you know, mobsters in L.A., and it looks badass. But the thing that draws my attention is that it's a mini-series. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of talk recently about... because Steven Spielberg and George Lucas came out and said that movies were going to die and that everybody was going to move to television, and I don't think I hold to that. Mm-hmm. But I'm excited to see what that, like, I want to see people like Frank Darabont come to TV and make miniseries. It's not television, but just like tell longer stories, even if it is with a smaller budget. But you know, you could get more of a budget on a movie on a TV show if you had somebody like that on it. I'm really kind of excited by this, you know, because at the same time there was just this article on Screened that was very melancholy and saying that the golden age of television was dying as soon as Breaking Bad was over, and you know that the new shows coming out don't look anywhere near as good, which I don't hold to that either. Like,
I mean, that's really kind of unfair, though. I mean,
yeah.
I've never seen Breaking Bad, but everybody loves it, so
yeah,
you really can't compare a show that hasn't come out to a show that's, you know, in the upper echelon of TV. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, they weren't comparing Mob City to Breaking Bad. They were just saying that like the new shows they were watching weren't anywhere near as good as Breaking Bad is, and I'm like, that doesn't mean that, you know, that television is increasingly getting better, just in general. Like the quality of the stuff we're watching now is better than what even the stuff that I think is are pinnacles in TV getting better over the last 10 years, like Alias. If you go back to Alias is not as good as it was when it came out. Like, it's dated, and there are things being made now that are better than it was. Not that much better. Alias is still pretty fucking good.
Say, whoa there, buddy.
I'm just saying, like, as far as getting action and that whole, like, very cinematic style into a TV show, which is really what Alias did, to what J.J. Abrams' goal with that show was, there have been other shows that have done that too. And that's not as hard and not as crazy of an idea now. I think, going back to my original point, I'm getting lost here. I want to see, like, Steven Spielberg not doing a Falling Skies bullshit, but, like, actually, like, what if he directed the pilot of a TV show? You know, like, what if he actually got that involved, you know, and those big guys came. But I don't see movies going anywhere either. You know?
Well, he was concerned that he wouldn't get Lincoln made. That was almost a miniseries.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. But there's always going to be people like...
really? Lincoln not getting it made? Like, does Spielberg really have to go to a thing and say, hey, I want to make this movie? Oh, fuck you, Steven.
Apparently he does. Well, because nobody believed that, like, Americans were going to turn out for an intelligent drama about Abraham Lincoln, which is insane, because of course they did. Americans aren't stupid. Sorry, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know.
You see, you glossed over that Marky Mark wants to play Tony Stark.
I was going to end with it. What do you think?
Actually, I think he'd be... I don't know if he could be Tony Stark, but I think he could play a different Iron Man. I think he'd be all right.
Yeah, as soon as I heard it, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He could do... Because RDJ does a very sort of slapsticky comic Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And I've read versions of Tony Stark that are not like that at all, where he's kind of a prick, you know? Where that sort of arrogance is just dripping off of him. Yeah, Marky Mark could do that real well, so, and that would be badass, you know?
I think so too.
But that would be a very different Tony Stark.
It'd be really different. Because, I mean, Marky Mark he's funny, but he's a different kind of funny.
Yeah. And I think if you were going to do that, I wouldn't want you to do that. Like, I wouldn't want you to make an Iron Man 4 with that. I would want that to be in a team movie where you could have that kind of an arrogant Iron Man and not have it hurt the movie. Because if you made Iron Man 4 and Iron Man was a dick, I don't want to see that movie. Like, not at all. But anyway, that's news. Unless you got anything.
I don't.
Nothing about turtles? You don't want to talk about the Ninja Turtles?
I got dodos. Hey. I watched some stuff this week. Did you watch stuff this week?
I did.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. So, this is the stuff we've been watching.
I have to make a confession that I'm not very proud of.
Oh no. Do you want me to hold your hand?
Maybe. For the first time this week, I saw Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, that's not so bad.
It was a couple weeks ago. I actually got the movie a while ago. I was at Best Buy, and it was in their, like, $7 Blu-ray bin.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I should get this. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's, and it's really good. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's, they play outlaws that are on the run from these guys who are tracking them, and it's really suspenseful, and Paul Newman and Robert Redford are amazing in it.
That's the reason you see that movie.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Any movie with the two of them in it is gold.
Makes me want to watch The Sting again. Actually, when I was in Vegas and I was betting on horses, I was like, man, is this really happening in real time? Or is this...
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. It's shot really well. I think the opening's really cool where it's like kind of like a 1920 silent film thing, and it's that gold color, and then it kind of just morphs into beautiful...
Yeah, I'm going to have to see it again. It's been a while.
It's a good one.
And I think when I saw it, I was still in that weird age when I was younger, when I, like...
You don't appreciate movies like that?
Well, yes, as well as just, that ending is...
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
They survive and they escape to Mexico. It's cool.
It's all right. Way to spoil a movie that's been out for 50 years almost.
Right. I'm sure there are people who've not seen that movie that know that ending.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure there
so yeah, it was a fun movie. I think if you consider yourself a film fan, you should definitely check it out. It's kind of an important movie, I think, in American culture. I also went and saw We're the Millers.
Oh, cool.
Which is the new Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Aniston movie.
I was hoping one of us would get to see it.
It's funny. I mean, I actually enjoyed the movie. I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen the trailers. Jason Sudeikis plays a drug dealer. It takes place in Denver. And he's hired by Ed Helms to smuggle drugs from Mexico back in the United States so he can sell them, and he's going to pay him $100,000 for it. And so he hires the dorky kid who lives next door. And actually, that kid who plays, his name's Will Poulter, and he steals the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Because he's like really funny. He has all these lines that he says things that... It's like, did he really just say that? Because I forget Jason Sudeikis' character's name, whatever. He comes home and he's checking the mail, and that kid comes out the first time you see him, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" He says, "Oh, I can hang out as long as I want. My mom went out for cigarettes a week ago, and she hasn't come back, so I have the place to myself." And just little weird lines like that. There's some really funny parts. There's... The only thing I didn't like about it is J.C. Sudeikis' character is kind of a dick throughout the whole thing.
Oh, yeah?
And you don't understand why he's this way. And he has, like, no motivation to be it, you know what I mean? He has some funny bits, but Jennifer Aniston's really good in it. She's pretty funny, too. Emma Roberts I think she's pretty cute. There's this one scene where when they meet the other family, played by Nick Offerman, they have a daughter that... the one boy wants to hook up with, but he's never kissed anybody before. So Jennifer Aniston and Emma Roberts are teaching him how to kiss, and so he's like kissing both of them and making out with them at the same time. And it's pretty funny. And actually the part that I laughed the most at, and I don't think anybody else got it in the theater, is you've seen it in the trailers. He says, "We're not even a family. She's a stripper." And, Jennifer Aniston starts stripping. But there's a little thing where she says, she's a stripper. She says, "Yeah, I want you to show you why you shouldn't kill me." And so she goes up and she's like ripping off her clothes. And then about halfway through, Jason Sudeikis looks at the camera and just like shrugs. He's like, I know this is totally stupid. It doesn't make any sense. So he breaks the fourth wall to tell it. So it's pretty funny. You should, if you're bored one afternoon, you should go check it out.
That's awesome.
And, it's always good every once in a while to see a movie like that.
Yeah.
Just to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I saw, yesterday I started feeling a little sick, if you can't tell right now. So I was just flipping through Amazon. Have you ever just, gone to Amazon Prime and typed in, comedy and see what comes up?
No.
So I did that. And I don't know how many fucking movies they have for viewing on Prime.
They've been making a lot of comedies over the last 50 years.
Yeah, so I was scrolling through, and I don't know how many movies I had to go through to get to this one, but it was called Gas Pump Girls.
All right.
It's a 1979 teen sex comedy. This is what it's about. It's about there's a gas company next to this guy's other gas station, and it's putting him out of business. Now so
there's two competing gas stations.
Yeah, so okay. Pyramid Gas is the high-end gas company.
Yeah, it is.
And Uncle Joe's Garage is, the old guy he's just a nice guy, but he can't catch a break because he can't compete with the big corporate gas company. So he has a heart attack, and his young niece takes over, and they wear skimpy clothes, and then everybody starts going to see their gas station because they have skimpy clothes on, and there's lots of tits in it for no reason at all. The movie opens with them graduating from high school.
Yeah.
And the bad guys from the school are named the Vultures, and they're a motorcycle gang. So one of their guys pins the girls' graduation gowns down. So when they get up to sing their school song, their gowns rip off, and there's boobs everywhere. Naturally, because I think you'd be naked underneath your graduation gown.
I wasn't wearing anything at my high school graduation.
Absolutely. And then after that, all the girls are talking in the locker room without tops on. It's
just because.
Yeah, it's
because that's what women do.
And when I was reading the description on Amazon, it literally said, when a competing gas station goes under, this sex-crazed, horny girls. I'm like, I'm watching this. It's not that good. It's not that funny. There's lots of boobs in it. The only thing I liked was I actually liked the Vulture guys because they were like the cliched motorcycle gang,
right?
Where they were so badass, and then they came to thrash the gas station. The girls worked so hard to rebuild, and when they found out that they had a special talent for towing, they got a job as the towers there, and they had a huge like Vulture on the side of the tow truck, and they helped fix cars. Yep.
Oh man.
But if
I'm gonna go home and watch this now.
So if you go to this, I think it's Love's gas station. I think they changed the name to.
Yeah.
If you get regular, you get the girl with the small boobs. If you get super duper gas, you get the girl with the big boobs. So make sure you get the super duper gas, guys. So yeah, it's called Gas Pump Girls.
My gosh. The gold you can find on the internet.
Yep.
Most of it's porn.
And the reason too, because I was not feeling good yesterday too, the reason I picked it was only like an hour and 22 minutes long. Right. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch something. But the poster's kind of cool. It's like a drive-in kind of movie style poster. And it has like the gas station and of course like pinup girls like pumping gas and stuff. And it was, whatever. It was stupid. And I'll never watch it again.
You just bought a Honda. And Honda's doing this really cool thing where they're donating the money for five digital movie cameras, and they're going to give them to. They're having a contest where people can vote for drive-in theaters all around the country, and they're going to give them to drive-in theaters so that they don't go out of business. Since now everything is converting to digital, it means that most drive-in theaters don't have enough money to convert to digital, and so a lot of them are going under. But
very cool, Honda.
Yeah,
I'm glad I supported them.
Yeah.
So that's what I watched this week.
Cool. What'd
you watch, James?
Not a lot, and most of it's stuff I can't talk about. I did real quick. I saw Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah, Thunderbolt. What's that?
Thunderbolt is this little, just under 7-minute movie that Brad Haig, Brad Haig directed. That he showed at the 48-Hour Film Festival. And it's gorgeous. First of all, it is really funny, and beautiful, man. Honestly, watching it, I can't wait for us to film another pod show because I just want to film the whole thing in the car, so that we can just use his car mount and and use the rail thingy and just move the camera back and forth on the hood of a car. That's all I want to do.
And it went over well at the festival?
Yeah, it did. And I do want to say, so the 48-Hour Film Festival was last Sunday, and man. Last year was grueling through most of it, and this year I was pleasantly surprised by how good the majority of those entries were. I mean, some of them would still, like, I'd be in it, and then, like, the ending would drop out, and I'd be like, you really didn't stick the landing. But still, most of your short was really great. Like, they're, like, the one I'm thinking of that was really, I thought, imaginative, but just didn't do it all the way there was this one about... This one, it was for dark comedy, and this woman, her husband comes to her and the very first scene is he's like, I have cancer and I'm dying, and they say I have 6 months, and so he comes to her and he's like, I want you to kill me. I don't want to see it coming, but I just want you to kill me. But she doesn't know how to do it, so she ends up like going and getting advice from people about how to kill her husband, and it was really funny, and I really enjoyed it. There was a silent film that was badass. That one was really cool, and the way that they get the one line of dialogue they needed to have in there was really smart. There was another one I really loved that was it was these two guys. It was for like bromance was their genre, and it's these two guys, and they're at a wedding, and they're right before a wedding, and the one guy's pumping the other guy up, like, oh man, you can do this, like, don't be nervous, like, this is the right thing to do, you love this girl, like, she's everything to you, this is what you got to do, and so finally they're like, okay, cool, and he's walking down the aisle, and all of a sudden you realize that, like, or no, you hear the preacher talking like he's marrying these people, and then all of a sudden you see him right after the preacher has said, like, if there's anybody who has any reason why these two shouldn't get married, and it's that guy, and I was like, oh, that's a fucking killer ending, because then they reveal that, like, it wasn't him being the groom, it was him crashing the wedding trying to get this woman he loves back. Oh man, that was a really smart one. So yeah, it was they were fantastic. If you didn't get a chance to go, they got to have a website where you can see Thunderbolt? Some of that stuff. Oh yeah, and you can go on to Vimeo and go on our site, and you can see Thunderbolt. It's badass. Brad did a really good job. So I am. Yeah. You can see my face.
Cool.
Yeah. Two things came back this week. First, Breaking Bad was the big one. It's starting. Basically, they're in the middle of their last season, so they divided their last season into 2. So it's the last 8 episodes or whatever. And this first one was it's an hour and a half, and oh man, it's fucking good. I think I had forgotten just how much I love this show.
A lot of critics were divided on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they can go fuck themselves because it's fantastic. The last 4 minutes of the episode is just this really tense, awesome little sequence. And I don't want to tell you too much because I know you haven't watched it, and there are a lot of people out there who haven't, and they absolutely should. And I don't want to spoil where the show goes, but I am so super excited about what they're going to do. Because basically the plot that I thought was going to be the rest of the season, which was that somebody has figured out that Walter White is making meth, and that this is gonna come to a head. It sort of comes to the head at the end of this episode, They face off real quick, and so it's more. It's going to be crazier than I expected. I thought it was going to be a lot of him trying not to get caught, and he just faces right up to it and is like, "I know that you know, and what are you going to do about it?" And that's really exciting.
Well, you're telling it in a really vague way, so it's really boring how you're telling it.
I know.
He comes up to him and he says, "I know," and he's like, "You know, I know. I don't care that you know."
It's true, because I can't tell you, because it's so good. But I will spoil the shit out of Hell on Wheels. You're
still watching? I thought you didn't like that show anymore.
Here's the thing. Right, I forgot. So I saw that Hell on Wheels was coming back, and I was like, oh man, I didn't even know that show got renewed for another season. All right, I'll go ahead and watch it. And when it premiered, or when it started, and it was previous on Hell on Wheels, it showed me all this stuff that I never saw. And I realized that, oh yeah, I totally fell off last season. I totally stopped watching. Some nonsense happened, and I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. So I stopped watching. I'm back now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really require that you've seen a lot of the last couple seasons, and it feels like they killed off a lot of the characters that I think were maybe bogging them down. This season sort of feels like they got to, okay, we want Bohannon, who's the main character, and the guy that Common plays, who's the black guy, and Cole Meany's character, who's the villain, and everything else is sort of stripped away. And it starts with Bohannon he's out in the winter, and the actual end of the train is all frozen over for the winter, and he's the only one who's survived, and he wrestles a fucking wolf. Straight up,
how you like that cougar wrestling.
Yeah, no, and just, we saw The Gray last year and Bourne Ultimatum. I like it when dudes wrestle with a wolf.
It's a Bourne Legacy.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, you're right, Bourne Legacy, yeah. And so it starts, he wrestles with this wolf, and I was like, this is bad. Where did this come? What show am I watching? And he goes back to Hell on Wheels and starts, he decides, okay, I'm going to run this shit now. This is mine. So he goes to, there's this whole story where he goes to New York and he takes Common with him, and the whole time he treats Common like he's his, butler and slave, so that these people will respect him, and that whole play of, Bohannon, who's this, because he fought in the Civil War for the South, and none of these people respect him or like him. They all look at him like just this shit kicker who's not supposed to be there. And so he buys a new suit and then walks into this office like he belongs there and just owns this shit, and it's like, no, if you want this train to get done, you have to use me to do it, and ends up getting them to sign on for him. And so he goes back, because the episode's an hour and a half long, and he goes back and he starts getting the train going again, and he runs into this Mormon family. This guy who's got he's got multiple wives, and or at least I think so, or he's got daughters. I don't know. There's a lot of women in his house, and then this one boy, and the guy's like, this is my land, and you can't have it. even though U.S. law at the time was, no, if the train needs your land belongs to the U.S. government, period. And Bohannon tries to get around using this guy's land, goes to this guy's house and has dinner with him, and then tries to bang his daughter and gets caught, and comes back. He sends like his sheriff the next day to like, hey, go get that guy off his land because we need his land. There's no choice here. And this dude shoots his sheriff. And then Bohannon goes back and is like, you fucking killed my sheriff. I'm going to hang you for this. And the guy's like, no, my son did it. And there is a 10-minute fucking ballsy and amazing sequence where he has to shoot, like, this dude is basically saying, like, I don't want to die, so you can hang my son instead. And it's intense, and I really enjoyed this episode. I think that if you want to see a Western on TV, you should just start watching it from here and see if it goes somewhere really cool. I don't think you need to know anything else about the show. It's just that it feels like they're trying to tell good stories again on the show, which is good because all the like nonsense about the Swede and all that other bullshit that bogged down season 2 is gone. So yeah, you should check this out. It's good. I'm excited again. I like having a Western on TV.
Westerns are fun.
Yeah. But anyway, that's everything I saw.
Cool. We should pay some bills, but maybe Brad could sneak in the trailer for Thunderbolt here too.
Oh, that would be cool.
There's no talking in it, but it has a really cool synth-laden track on it. So
yeah. Well, and just imagine like, just as you listen to the trailer, just keep going like, Thunderbolt. Like just sing your own song over the trailer. It'll be cool.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Real Nerds listeners. I'm Mac.
And I'm Idiot Chillix.
And we're here to tell you to visit SphrixesDomain.com. Why should you visit SphrixesDomain.com?
Well, yeah, it's simple. If you like farts and cartoons and bad words and stuff, you should definitely visit SphrixesDomain.com.
How do you spell that address I see?
What? I don't know. Fucking S something. I don't know. I'm incontinent. I have no idea.
Fine, I'll do it. S P H E
Sure.
R.
Oh god. Seriously, you gonna
X
spell the whole thing out?
S
Oh
D.
god, just say the domain part. I don't want to be here all night. Jesus. Is it getting more of a complicated website name? Stupid assholes first. Jesus.
Anyway, visit our website where you can read about all the funny adventures of 7 aliens struggling to live together in an abandoned warehouse in Denver.
Well, what? That's it? What? It doesn't say anything about my crazy hijinks or antics or... Ridiculous.
Nope, that's all Sphyrx wrote down.
Well, that doesn't sound funny at all. But you know what does sound funny? Gross.
Oh man, I'm hungry
God.
again.
Oh, it's so disgusting. Oh. Sphyrx is gonna be pissed when he sees what you did to his office.
Hey, what are you guys doing in my office? It smells like puke and farts in here.
Go to SphyrxDomain.com. Bye!
SphyrxesDomain.com.
My man spider sense is tingling.
Hey, look, it's Man Spider.
How's it going, true believers? When I'm swinging through Colorado and I need comic books, I head to Arvada, Colorado, to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics.
Oh no, the teal troll is attacking me.
My son's in danger. Will no one help him?
Oh no, it's Man Spider.
Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics, the whips the competition with great deals on back issues, 50% off, hold slot, 20% off list price. You want sports memorabilia? They got that too.
Where are you going, Man Spider? The teal troll still has my son.
Here's web in your eye.
Oh no, I'm bested by Man Spider again.
So visit 6700 Wadsworth Boulevard in Arvada, Colorado, and tell them the Real Nerd sent you.
For barbecue that can't be beat, try Birdman Barbecue Sauce. Available and original and spicy. These robust, full-flavor sauces have the awesome power to kick your taste buds in their face. And for that smoking taste on everything you eat, try new Birdman Smokin' Rub. Caution! Meat left unrubbed may suffer from flavor performance anxiety. You can pick up Birdman Barbecue at local area Ace Hardware stores, Ruff's Barbecue in Golden, and the Danny Cash Hot Shop off Broadway. You can also like us on Facebook at Birdman BBQ.
Hey, what was the number one movie this week at the box office?
This is the box office stats.
Asylum? No, Elysium. Some guy behind me, I was telling you the story earlier, when we went and bought tickets for Kick-Ass 2, he asked if he could see Asylum.
Which that movie's not in theaters right
now. No. But Elysium, $29 million, which they say is a little underwhelming, but that's a tough sell movie.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a rated R sci-fi movie. Like, what did you expect? I don't know what... let me see if it'll pull up real quick. We Are the Millers came in at number 2, and Plane surprisingly at number 3, which is weird.
It's Disney, they know how to...
Yeah. Oh, $115 million. So, yeah, they spent a lot of money on it, which I guess makes sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of those shots, I mean...
Yeah.
Actual Elysium's beautiful.
He made District 9 for, like, what, 30?
Yeah.
Something ridiculously
Something crazy.
cheap like that. So, yeah, I
hope it continues to perform well, but I was reading that a lot of people don't like it, so...
Yeah, it's been sort of divisive. Like, people that I've talked to, some people I've seen have said, like, oh, yeah, it's really heavy-handed, and some people I've seen write articles about how it wasn't heavy-handed enough. And I'm like, what the
It's really weird, yeah.
Yeah, like
I also read an article that they think Into Darkness is the worst Star Trek movie.
Really?
By Trekkies, yeah.
No. Trekkies don't think that. We know what the worst Star Trek movie is. Like, there is
Which one is that?
It's Nemesis.
Nemesis?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch it tomorrow on Netflix.
Yeah. It's really fucking awful. You shouldn't watch that one next. Like, yeah, no self-respecting Trekkie is going around saying, like, oh, yeah, Into Darkness is the worst Star Trek movie. What bullshit.
I thought Into Darkness is pretty badass. So.
It is, yeah. And even if it is not the most science fiction-y of the Star Wars movies, or the Star Trek movies, who cares? It's still better than Nemesis. Come on.
So man. Elysium, $29 million.
Yeah, good for Elysium.
Good for Elysium. I like Matt Damon. We'll see Matt Damon next as the what's the name of the Monument Stealers? What's the name of
the Monument
Men? It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Is anything coming out I want to get on Blu-ray?
I don't know. Let's look in the box of Blu-rays for next week.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Fuck no, I don't want anything.
No, not really, no. Epic, which was that unforgettable...
Epic failure?
Or completely forgettable kids movie from this year.
I think it made $100 million, though.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Families show up for these pieces of shit, but this doesn't make them good. The 10th season of NCIS.
NCIS.
That's actually the highest selling thing on Digital Bits.
Well, it's the number one rated show. It's been the number one rated show for like 4 years.
It's fucking garbage.
I've never watched it.
My folks watch it. And
your folks like it?
Yeah. But my dad watches all kinds of garbage. So, you know. And here's, like, my dad also watches really good shows, but he just turns stuff on just to watch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes those procedurals. And, I understand liking procedurals, but it's not a good one.
See, like, to me, a good procedural is Justified.
Or House.
Or House is not. But, yeah.
Oh, dude, House is good. House is way better than shit like NCIS.
I've never seen NCIS, so I can't say which is better.
Honestly, I watch that show, and I have to assume that every week they are having it, like in the writer's room, they're having a challenge to see who can come up with the most ridiculous bullshit.
Mm.
And after 10 seasons, you've got to start running out of actually creative ideas for killing people. The third season of Boardwalk Empire, which I've never watched.
I know.
It's one of those things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's one of like the black marks on my, because I watch so much TV. The fact that I've never seen Boardwalk Empire.
It's hard on HBO shows sometimes.
Yeah. I got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to close my door so my mom doesn't see all the tits on my TV.
Is there a lot in that show?
There's got to be. It's Martin Scorsese and it's HBO. Even if it doesn't need tits, HBO will just put them in there. Amore, which is that I'm pretty sure it won
best foreign
film last year.
Yeah, and it's also nominated for Best Picture as well.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it was never going to get because
No,
it was
of course
nominated
not.
for best foreign film. It's the same thing with animated movies. You have your
Yeah.
own genre. Like,
Well, that's your Beauty and the Beast.
did it win
It didn't win. It was nominated though.
for best picture? Yeah, but there was no animated feature
No.
Oscar then. See now, like because there's an animated feature Oscar, animated
Now
movie.
that now the snobs can get away with not.
Right, like they can give that animated movie a an award without having to give it the best picture, even if it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've never seen more, but I might check it out. Maybe it was. Killing Season, which was this movie where John Travolta and Robert De Niro like go out into the woods and try to kill each other. It actually looks like a really shitty version of The Edge, which is that awesome.
Anthony Hopkins, right?
Yeah. Well, I talked about it last year because I was watching all of what's his name's movies.
David Mamet.
Yeah, David Mamet. So you should go see The Edge.
He has a new show that came out. I'm surprised you haven't watched it. Or a new what was it? I just read that he
Yeah, I've seen
some
him.
like HBO movie.
Yes, but I can't remember what it is. And
Yeah,
no,
so
I haven't seen it.
who cares?
There's a little indie movie called No Place on Earth, which is about people trying to escape Nazis. I've heard about it, but I haven't really seen anything about it. But, you might check it out if you're into those little movies. And then Rapturepalooza comes out this week, which I thought it was going to get like a theatrical release. Maybe it did, nobody knew it. But
It did. It didn't do very well, though.
that's too bad. Anna Kendrick and Craig Robinson and, like, the rapture happens.
I love Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
She has great boobs.
She's just fantastic all around.
Up in the air? Come on now.
Oh my gosh, she steals scenes from George
Yep.
Clooney. It's amazing. I will probably try to find a way to rent this movie this week because
Yeah, I might run to my
thought the
local
trailer looked
Blockbuster
good.
and check it out.
Yeah. So if you're looking for like a little comedy that nobody saw, go at least watch the trailer for Rapturepalooza because it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of like This Is the End, but with a more of like a romantic comedy spin on it. Anyway, that's the movies this week.
Not cool.
Yeah, nothing to run out and buy. I did. I ordered Oblivion and Mud,
Nice.
but I haven't watched them yet. I'm really excited about
I know. I
it.
keep on meaning to get Oblivion. I think I am going to do a Tom Cruise thing.
Oh, like an article of your favorite Tom
Yeah.
Cruise movie?
Watch all his. I think I've seen almost all of his movies.
Yeah.
I'll have to refamiliarize myself with them.
Yeah,
now.
you're going to have to go back and watch Cocktail again.
Yeah, it's all right. There's worse movies.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So, do you have a comic book this week?
I do.
Cool. Comic book time, boys.
What's up, nerds? It's the Comics Corner.
So I'm sort of cheating, but I don't care because I really like this book. I talked about this book when it was in its issue 0, but I've been behind on my comics, and one of the first ones that I picked up just because I wanted something fun to read to sort of start burning through my stack again was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And it's fucking fantastic. It is
Sweet.
so much fun, and I am so excited for the movie now because I didn't know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy before, and I can so see this movie being like everything that the Avengers was, only with new characters. Like because it's that same team dynamic and the action and all that stuff, and watching them, the sort of the interplay between them, it's really good. Basically, Star-Lord's father. Star-Lord is this prince of this far-off galaxy. His father is he's sort of conniving and bending these rules because he clearly wants to go to war with the Earth for some reason. Who knows why? Part of it is that he really wants to like capture and punish his son because he doesn't really like his son because his son is half Earthling. And there's this really interesting, bizarrely interesting like political intrigue between like he gets this council of the leaders, including the wife of Odin's wife. I can't remember her name, but because Odin is dead at this point in the Marvel universe, like she's there.
Yeah, he died a while ago.
Yeah, but if you've only seen the Thor movies,
Oh,
you
yeah, I
don't
guess
know
he's
that
still
part.
around. Can you believe they're making a second Thor movie?
I know, it looks really good.
It looks awesome. I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh yeah, no. And so like she's refusing because she's like, no, the Earth is under my control. Like you can't touch it; it's off limits. And so he uses that, tricks the Star-Lord and the Guardians of the Galaxy into going to Earth to help defend Earth from the Badoon. And then because they're on Earth, he's like, no, hey, she said that's off limits. So then he's like throwing his son in jail and being like, I'm a dick. and it's really fun. Every time in like the first fight that they get into, Rocket Raccoon is like they each divide up and they're gonna take down a Badoon ship because the Badoon like bring a whole bunch of ships to attack Earth. And so Rocket Raccoon is running through the ship that he's like just slaughtering people, and every time he shoots somebody, he goes, "Ha ha! I murdered you! Ha ha! I murdered you! Ha ha! I murdered you!" And it's hilarious. And then fucking Groot. Groot is badass. Like I didn't understand that character at all, and now every time Groot shows up, I'm like, "This is cool, man."
Bendis writes that, right?
Yeah. It's Brian Bendis and
Hickman, right?
No, I think it's McNiven.
Is it McNiven? It is McNiven. You're
yeah,
right.
it's McNiven. Yeah,
and he's keeping up
fantastic.
too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's been good.
Good for him.
So they're at issue 4 now, so you can wait like a month and buy the trade paperback for 20% off at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics, or I bet they still got the issues there, or at least a few of them. You know, it's a
Talk
fun.
to Andrew. I'm sure he can get them for you.
Yeah, and it's a fun comic book sort of series that if you just jumped in on and you just picked up any issue, I think you'd still have fun with it. But if you are looking to get ready for the movie next year, I would say for sure get the whole collection, read it from the beginning, because it'll really get you into like how cool these characters are. Because it's maybe the Marvel movie I'm looking forward to the most now.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's how much fun I'm having reading.
Yeah, I
this
mean,
book.
I was just like, because when I'm watching the trailer for Thor, I'm like, I love the first Thor.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I can't believe there's a second Thor movie, because of all the movies, I didn't think there'd be a second one of that.
Oh yeah. It is pretty crazy that and even crazier, not counting Avengers because that's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Thor is my favorite of the Phase 1 movies.
Wow.
Like, and I can't believe that I would ever say that.
Yeah,
like
it's just well done.
That movie had so much going against it.
It did, and it's so well done.
Yeah. I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah, me too.
It was only today I was watching the trailers and I realized that like, oh, the fucking elves in Thor 2 are clearly working for Thanos. Like they probably just get hired by Thanos to go and take out the Asgardians so that Thanos has an easier time killing the Earth in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that's why Loki's involved, because he knows about Thanos. Like Thanos is still the villain of this movie. That's awesome.
I read that they shot more scenes with Tom Hiddleston because how popular Loki is.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder if he was originally killed in the second one, and they're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't kill Loki.
Oh, maybe. Well, I mean, I know that they've said that like he's not going to be in Avengers 2, but and here's the thing: kill Loki has got to be in quotes, because for one thing, they kind of kill him at the end of the first movie, and second of all, he's a god, and they come back.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Just Tom Hiddleston just has a way of delivering lines where just.
I think for the most part they added like there's a scene on, there's like a beach scene or something like that they filmed that I think is just more like comedic stuff, like just to give him some more fun little sequences. Because there was this really interesting interview that actually somebody from Slash Film did on the red carpet with the director, whose name escapes me, because they were asking him like, you guys are still filming for Thor 2. Are you guys still cutting Thor 2? Like, does that mean bad things for the movie? Because there have been some bad rumors for this movie. And what he revealed was that actually Marvel, the way Marvel makes their movies is they film it, cut it together, and then they just keep working on it until they have to ship it. Like, they just keep working on it. And they, it's not a very conventional way to make movies, but what it means is that, like, if they want to go back and refilm stuff or add more stuff, like he had even said, like, they got Anthony Hopkins back in to film some more things, because like Kevin Feige will just sit there and watch it over and over again and be like, what would be cool is if we could do this here. Like, that would really pump this up and get more in there. And that actually kind of makes sense with how good their movies end up being and how quickly they can pump them out, is that they don't say, like, well, this has to be in the can, 3 months before it's done. Like, no. If they don't have to send it out till a month before it's released, then they're working on it the day before.
Yeah, I did read that Sharmwa, what the fuck it is, scene at the end of Avengers was filmed like
Shawarma
5 months after the movie was over.
Oh yeah.
And something like Chris Hemsworth had really, was it Chris Evans, or one of them had really short hair?
Yeah.
And they had to like kind of block him so no one could. I think it was Chris Evans. Like,
yeah.
They had to block him so you couldn't really see that he was wearing a wig or something.
Yeah.
Like that. So.
Yeah, it's cool.
Good for them.
It's really cool.
I love Marvel.
Oh, I bet he had short hair because he was making Snowpiercer. Because he's bald in Snowpiercer.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. This week we saw Kick-Ass 2.
We did.
James, people go see Kick-Ass 2?
Wow. I would say if you really love Kick-Ass 1, then maybe rent this movie. But for the most part, like if you're just looking for a fun movie, this is not the one.
Really seems like you're having a good time in the movie.
I laughed a lot. There was some, because as usual, because I was not excited about this movie.
Yep.
But as usual, I went into it and I was like, hey, you know what? Kick-Ass is a cool idea. Like, enjoy this. And so there are some really fun parts in it, but it's got some real tonal and memento problems, and there's a whole like bad reenactment of Mean Girls in the middle of this movie that doesn't need to be. I don't know. Like it's okay. Like there's nothing offensive or anything. Well, actually, there might be, but it's just not. It's not great. I think it loses track of of the cool idea of what Kick-Ass could be, and it just becomes kind of messy. But what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. I don't think it was. It was better than I thought it would be.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, because I really enjoyed the first one. I know you didn't like the first one too much.
I just hate the ending. Well, and what's in the briefcase.
But yeah, this movie I'm a little conflicted about, because I had a good time watching it.
Yeah.
But
like I wouldn't say I was bored.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hate myself while I was watching it, but
if you never listened to Real Nerds, we spoil the movie after the trailer. So let's play the trailer, and then I'm going to talk about it and see what I didn't like with it, and then maybe I can put better words in it. But
to be fair, there's not like big reveals or anything. I don't think. We'll just talk about.
Anyways, here's the trailer for Kick-Ass 2.
Ready to go again?
What do you want me to do?
Hit me.
You're a 15-year-old girl. Oh. What the hell?
Oh, God. Oh, take your tampon out, Dave.
They may wear costumes, but it isn't Halloween. They're real-life superheroes.
Me and Hit Girl were training every day. And there were more and more people joining us every night.
Colonel Stars and Stripes, reporting for duty.
We try to have fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
A world full of superheroes, huh? Where do they get a load of me? I am gonna make Kick-Ass pay for what he did to my dad. I'm building an evil army.
Who is this guy?
He's claiming to be the world's first real supervillain.
We're putting an end to this costume freak. If they're wearing a mask, they're getting detained.
Promise me that you will never dress up in that outfit again.
My daddy made me promise I'd never stop defending this city. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
We gotta make this right.
The anticipation's killing me.
What's the burning?
There's no room for punks in suits. Just real heroes who can really kick ass.
Who the hell are you?
We're the good guys.
They're the dead guys. Franz, wieder. Oh, Jesus! Yeah, there's a dog on your back.
I'm a little shocked that Jim Carrey has distanced himself from this movie so much.
Yeah, it's not as violent as the first movie.
No.
Because the first movie was really balls out, and like it really felt like it was something I had never seen before. And this,
and to his, he's such a gun control advocate, and he uses a gun that doesn't have bullets in it. So you think he'd want to maybe talk up that angle.
Yeah,
so it's a little weird. It's so weird when I enjoy Jim Carrey as an actor, but it's weird when you see him like act goofy about stuff like that. Then why'd you sign up for the movie then?
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. I mean, his whole like he straight up said like that his thought process on this has changed since Sandy Hook, and that's why. Mm-hmm. Like it's the only reason I think he ever even said anything is because he felt one way before when he made the movie, and then afterwards he was like, "Hey, I just want because this reflects on my image. I
only want to talk out of my ass in movies from now on."
Right. Well, but there's a difference between being goofy and stupid in a movie and being violent, and he is one of the most violent parts of this movie. Certainly as far as like being a because Hit Girl is. I was gonna say as far as being a good guy in quotes and being violent, he's one of the worst parts. But Hit Girl is still more violent. But again, not as violent as she is in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like she seems kind of neutered in this movie.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue with the movie is sometimes the tone of it's weird.
Yeah.
Like it was still fun, but to Kick-Ass, all he does is get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like you think he'd learn how to fight, especially if he's been training so hard with Hit Girl.
Yeah.
But every time he's in somewhere, he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
My actually favorite actor in this movie was Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Oh yeah, he's
amazing in this movie.
Fantastic. Every scene he's in is like, oh, this is why this movie got made. Like,
and he's done a really good job converting himself or changing himself from McLovin.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those characters that can haunt you forever, and because he's so goofy and he has such a
he's little. He is that character in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and so to see him kind of just shed that and become the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And actually kill his mom in it.
Yeah. See, there's fun stuff like that in there, but I don't think it's done for. That's one of those scenes that I think tonally is just. Yeah. It doesn't quite know what it's doing. It feels like.
I think because I think the director isn't as talented as Matthew Vaughn.
Oh no.
So I mean, there's a part where Kick-Ass and Hit Girl are talking in a cab, and it has a really goofy, like, dramatic zoom in into both their faces. Like it's trying to be really dramatic, and it's not the actors. I think actually Chloe Grace Moretz and Moretz or whatever the fuck her name is, and Aaron Johnson are pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the acting is fine all around.
Yeah.
It's really a lot of the way that it's directed and the way that it's written that the narration, which was not great in the first movie, is clumsy and horrible in this movie. Where especially at the beginning where he's telling us all this stuff, and I honestly just felt like you couldn't show us any of these things. Like you couldn't start the movie in a different place and not require all of this. Because the narration kind of makes sense because it's a very comic booky thing, but only really as bookends. You can't use it to get from one scene to the next. It's such a crutch that it kills your momentum and makes it kind of boring. And that happens a lot in this movie.
Yeah. There's some. I'll point out some fun parts. The part where Kick-Ass joins Justice Forever, when his friend is in there and he's telling the story. He tells Bruce Wayne's origin story.
Yeah, my parents got mugged outside of an opera.
Yeah, is really cool.
Yeah. Well, and just like when they realize that like they know each other, like that whole scene is pretty funny, and kind of charming. But, yeah.
And even John Leguizamo's pretty good in it. He's a little more understated in the movie. He doesn't play a character like he usually does.
Yeah. But then like they'll go from like really wacky, almost slapsticky stuff to then like, me actually having to feel bad that people's friends and fathers and things like that, these people die, and there's supposed to be this weight, and yet there is this levity in other scenes, and then again, the whole thing with Hit Girl, like, and it's in the comics, this whole thing of like Hit Girl deciding that she can't be Hit Girl anymore, and so she sort of tries to fit in school again. But that whole subplot of it is the story from Mean Girls, basically. It doesn't play very well, I don't think, and it
I
just
guess you
feels...
do see a girl shit herself.
Yeah, and even that, it's not real gross. It looks like there's like paint and milk coming out of her. Like it's not even. It's so clearly fake bullshit that I don't know. Like just none of her story really worked for me. And every time she says "my daddy," I don't believe her. Every time she talks like.
Yeah, it's more like it's like clunky dialogue. I don't think it's the actress. I think it's
no. I don't think it's her at all. Because like when I think she actually pulls it together and keeps it from being trite. Because like when she gets left in the woods, there's this whole thing where I'm just like, whatever. But then there, it sort of lingers on her, and she gets like the way she acts holding in her emotions, I think it's really good. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm kind of all right. I can forgive this, you know. Yeah, I think the acting is all good, even though I kind of think that Aaron Johnson is a prick. But
he does seem like one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why do you not like him?
Because I've seen interviews with him and he acts like a prick.
Does he really?
Yeah. But here he's got his long like Jufro hair on, so he seems like a normal kid. But I don't know.
Yeah, there was weird tonal things in the movie throughout. I mean, I still had kind of fun watching it.
Yeah. I did not have as much fun as I did in Two Guns. Not that Two Guns was like a high bar of fun, but
I think they're about the same.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because
I thought Two Guns was kind of sloppy too.
Yeah. But
besides, Denzel and Mark Wahlberg being together, that part was lots of fun. I mean, that was more fun than, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm up in the air on that.
I mean, there are really like smart, hilarious sequences in this movie, like when we first see the evil lair and they've got the fucking shark, but they think they put it in the wrong kind of water, so it just lays at the bottom and they're pretty sure it's dead. Yeah. Fantastic. Stuff like that is what I like about Kick-Ass, like as a book, not as the character. But it's still, I really feel like that moment that I had when I was reading the first comic, where and it goes back to a thing that wasn't in the first movie, where you find out that Big Daddy is funding all of this stuff by selling off his old comics, and so basically like his love for comic books are actually financially supplying him with what he needs to become Batman. Like that moment of sort of how much love and respect there was for comic book fans in that book that ended up getting sapped out of the first movie.
Wasn't the first movie written before the end of the first series of Kick-Ass? I think it was.
Yes. So the endings are different, but that sequence I think is, I mean, that's not the end of the, I would expect that was in Mark Millar's original script for the movie, because it's just like a simple version in the movie, like they don't want to explain all of that or whatever, but or they just don't think it'll land as well. But like that thing that I love so much about the idea of Kick-Ass is so far away from what.
And I think that movie does suffer from Nick Cage not being in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's just not like,
because that Marcus guy has to just play such a straight guy all the time that I mean he's really not given anything.
No. Well, and Hit Girl is not as abrasive and shocking. Some because she's older, and some just because I don't think she says as ridiculous things as she does in the first movie. She doesn't like she chops off one guy's hand, but the violence is not as crazy. Like I think the way that she kills like the Mother Russia at the end is really kind of lame. I don't know. I think that what a lot of people come to Kick-Ass for is not what's really in this movie. I don't know.
If you do see it, stay tuned after the credits. There is a tag scene.
There is. Actually, yeah. This is one of those movies where I don't care much for this movie, but I would totally see a sequel. Man, because whatever crazy bullshit would be in the next movie, I would want to see that. Yeah.
So next week...
Oh, you gonna go? One more thing. Am I wrong if I think that the rape joke was a little inappropriate?
I don't remember it.
Basically, like he goes over to Night Bitch's house, and he straight up says like, "I'm gonna fucking rape you," and then he can't get it up.
Mm-hmm.
I was genuinely kind of weirded out by that. And I don't know if maybe I'm just being super sensitive or whatever.
I guess because I didn't remember. It didn't even hit me until you explained it to me. So
I'm
just cold-hearted, and you're a sensitive person.
Yeah, well, and I think it's one of those things where like the thought had crossed my mind, like any time that there's a scene like that where some really horrible person is coming to some innocent girl's house, like you think like, oh shit, he's gonna do some bad shit to this person. But then to actually have a character like not flat out say like, hey, I'm gonna let you feel my dick, and then like make a joke out of it. It just, I don't know. It just weirded me out, and I'm not I don't know if I'm wrong in feeling that was a little bit too far, or if it was just supposed. If the movie had been funnier and more entertaining, would I have let that slide?
No.
And then that thought obsessed me for the next 5 minutes, and I stopped paying attention to the movie. So, but yeah, it's because I can't think of a movie where something like that has happened.
Yeah.
Usually, if there's rape in a movie, it's handled very, very seriously and with kid gloves.
Yeah. This is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Fuck. All right, not with kid gloves, but very, very seriously. Yeah. Whew, man. Anyway.
Next week, I'm excited.
What's next week?
The World's End is next week.
I'm excited too.
I'm probably gonna try to sneak and see You're Next as well. I don't work next Friday, so I'm probably gonna go see that.
One of us should see it.
Yeah, it'll be me.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, it's maybe next Friday. I mean, I work, but I gotta try to find a way. I think next Friday is when Spectacular Now comes out.
It does.
I'll probably have to see it the week after that. Oh, I don't think I told you. So this week, theoretically, I was supposed to go see Before Midnight this week, right? Because I've been watching that trilogy. So Saturday morning, I wake up and my parents are out of town. I got nothing to do because I have weekends now. So I was like, all right, I'll go see what time that movie's showing. Not in Colorado anymore, or not in Denver anymore.
What?
It was 2 days earlier. So basically,
it's
the
not
week...
at Denver West.
No.
Wow, it was always there.
Yeah, right. Like the week that I'm finally like caught up and ready to see that movie, the only theater it's in is in Boulder, the indie theater in Boulder.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm gonna look it up real fast because I swore I saw it there when I went and saw We're the Millers.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna check for you because I like you so much, James.
Because it's not at like the Esquire or the Mayan anymore, which is where it had been, and so sometimes movies will pull out of there and they'll go to the Chez Artistes. So it may just be that it's going to be
right. They got rid of it there too.
Yeah. It may be that it's going to be at the Chez Artistes, but it's not there yet. Like they're waiting until whatever movie they're showing now is dead, and then they'll show that. So I'll keep my eyes open, but
it should be coming out pretty soon on DVD, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't wait too
long
long
to finish your gay ass trilogy.
Oh, come on. I'm excited.
The World's End next week.
Yeah.
Make sure you support that movie. I want to see Edgar Wright have a hit.
Yeah, come on.
A big hit.
Yeah.
And go see Shaun of the Dead.
Show up for a fucking movie for once.
Yeah, assholes.
What are you people doing?
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Real Nerds Podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. You can also stream us on Stitcher Radio. Email us, realnerds@gmail.com. Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. Call us 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook. This has been a Nebulous Visions production. Until next week, bye.